While using Framer, I noticed that many people were really taking advantage of Framer AI. Naturally, I decided to test it out myself, and the results were better than I expected. You can build an entire structure of your website in just a few seconds simply by using prompt. How cool is that? You can even change up the font and color palette instantly to test the different looks. And thanks to the text rewrite feature, you can quickly finish the website copy as well. In this guide, I will not only show you how to build the site using AI, but also how to edit it so you can fully customize and make it your own. Alright, let's dive in. By the way, if you want to learn Framer from the very basics in more detailed and structured way, you can check out our beginner's guide to Framer video on this channel. It goes in depth. So definitely give it a watch if you're starting from scratch. Now let's head over to the Framer website to create an account and get started. To create your account, click on the sign up button in the top right corner. You can sign up using your Google account or email address, but for this tutorial, we'll be signing up with Google. When the sign up window appears, enter your first name and last name. Then, check the box to agree to the terms of service and click the continue button to proceed. Once your account is created, you will be automatically taken to the new project screen. To generate a page using AI, click on the action menu at the top, then select the generate page. Here, you will write a prompt describing the kinds of the website you want, and when you're ready, hit the start button to begin the site creation process. Now, let's take a look at how you can structure your prompt to get the best outcome. To help you understand better, let's take a look at two example prompts that were provided in the prompt window. As you can see, these prompts typically include the details about what type of page it is, specific information, or elements that need to be mentioned, and any style preferences. Based on this, I've created a simple prompt structure that covers name, type, theme, purpose, and feature. Name refers to the website name. Type is whether it's a landing page, portfolio site, e-commerce site. Theme is the main subject or content of the site, like a web agency, freelance designer, or online learning platform. Purpose is the goal of the site, whether it's to provide information, sell product, or generate leads. Finally, features are the main functions or design aspect, such as portfolio project navigation, a minimalist design. Feel free to adapt this structure based on your own needs and goal. Here's an example prompt I wrote. Now, let's head back to the Framer site and use the prompt. From the menu, click on the action button and select the generate page. Then, enter the prompt we created earlier and hit the start button to begin. Once the page is generated, you will see that it's optimized not only for desktop, but also for tablet and mobile devices. To check this, check the preview icon in the top right corner. You can also adjust the screen width to see how it looks across different devices. If you are happy with the design, click back. From there, you can quickly edit things like the logo, text, and images, and then hit publish. The whole process can take less than 10 minutes. However, to really enhance the quality of your site, I recommend using the AI-generated page as a base to build on. Tweak the details step by step, as the AI's output will vary. Instead of following this video exactly, focus on understanding the ending concept and apply them to your own site. Let's dive into the editing the page. First, click on desktop at the top of the page. On the right sidebar, you will see the AI prompt you entered earlier, and if you want, you can click to regenerate a page. Below that, under the theme section, you can check the font and color palette. Let's go ahead and click on the color section. Here, you can select the color and it will instantly apply to your site. Feel free to experiment with a different color. If none of the palette options work for you, you can always click the refresh to explore the new one. For now, I'm going to stick with the original color. Below the color section, you will find the options to change the display font, which control the heading font. And if you scroll down, there's a text font section where you can modify the body text font. Let's go ahead and customize each one. As you can see, simply changing the color palette and font style can completely transform the overall design of the page. Now, let's dive into more detailed editing. First, we will add a new header. If you prefer to continue using the current design without a header, feel free to proceed. If you want to add a header, click Insert at the top. Then, from the navigation section, drag this element to the top. Click on the navigation you just added and then go to the Layer tab on the left sidebar. There, you will see that the navigation has been added as an element marked by a diamond-shaped icon which stands out from the other elements. This icon means that it's component in Framer. Components are like reusable blocks that you can bring into your project whenever needed and use multiple times throughout your website. Now, if you want to edit the logo or menu inside a component, simply double-click the component to edit. We've entered the component editing view. Unlike other elements, components need to be edited in this dedicated view. Let's go ahead and edit the logo and the menu here. To change the logo, start by dragging and dropping the logo into the empty space. Then, click on the current logo that you want to replace. If you check the Layer tab on the left, you will see where the current logo is located. Drag and drop the new logo into the same spot. With the new logo in place, let's adjust its size. In the editing panel on the right, set the width to 180. Finally, to remove the old logo, right-click on it and select the Delete. Now, let's adjust the position of the menu. To do this, first, click on Desktop, which is a parent layout that contains both the logo and menu through the Layer tab. If you look at the Layout menu on the right, you will find the Align option, which lets you position the logo and menu at the top, middle, or bottom. You can also use the Distribute option to place them in the center, at the end, or evenly spaced across. Select the space between for now. Since the menu is too close to the right side, let's add some padding. Click on the link layout that wraps the entire menu through the Layer tab. In the Layout section, click the icon that lets you adjust the padding individually and add a 10 pixel of the padding on the right. Now, let's change the menu text. First, click on the feature in the menu. You can either double-click to edit it directly or use the contents under the text on the right. Let's change it to About. Next, change the Discover to Service. And finally, change the Gallery to Contact. For the remaining menu item, simply select them and press the Delete key to remove. We now finished editing the header navigation. Before wrapping up, you can also check the font design next to it. The font represents how the design will appear on mobile, while font open refers to the menu design that appears when the menu is clicked on the mobile device. This is already included in the navigation component. To return to the main editing screen, click on Home at the top. Looking at the phone editing screen on the right, you will notice that the design we set up through the component has been applied. To understand how it's applied, click on the header part of the phone design. You will see that the phone option is selected in the variant section of the navigation component. To check this in preview, click the preview icon at the top right. If you resize the window, you will see that everything is adjusted correctly. Try clicking on the menu in the mobile view, and you will see that the menu also appears without any issues. To go back to the editing screen, click the back icon. Now, let's edit the hero section in the desktop view. First, click on the icon displayed here and press the delete key to remove it. Next, let's change the background color by clicking on the background area. In the style section on the right, click on fill, where you can change the color. I will choose a light green color similar to grass. If this is the main color you will use frequently, you can save it to keep things consistent. To save it, click the plus icon below. Let's name it primary and click the create button to save it. Now, whenever you want to use this color, you can simply select the primary from the list below. Next, click on the text. To edit the text, you can either double click to edit it directly or use the contents section on the right. If you want to use the text rewrite feature, click the star icon that appears. This will regenerate the text based on what's written, and you can try a different version until you are satisfied. To change the text color to a darker green, select the color option on the right. If you have a specific color in mind, you can enter it manually, and after entering, click the plus icon to save the color. This time, let's enter secondary. After typing in it, click the create button to save it. By categorizing and saving color like this based on their purpose, you will be able to apply them consistently and conveniently. Now, let's edit the button style below. Although buttons are often reused as a component, we will skip creating a component this time for quick editing. If you want to learn the basics from the start, there is a video on this channel covering the Framer basics, so feel free to check it out. First, to remove the current field color, click the X icon next to fill on the right. Then, to set a border, click here, choose a color, and select secondary. After going back, set the width to 2. Next, click on the text inside the button. To change its color, click on the color option and then select secondary. We will set the link at the end of the editing process. Now, click on the button on the right. Click fill and choose secondary. Then, click on the text inside the button and use the color option to change it to white. That completes the basic editing of the hero section. Now, let's scroll down and edit the About section. First, click on the background of the section to change its color. If you like to use the AI to change the overall color of this section, you can click the star icon to explore that option. I will reset it back to the original. Using the fill option, I will change the background color to white. Next, to add an image below the Who We Are text, click on the layout at the top. Select the frame and add it to the empty space. To insert an image into this frame, click on Fill and Options. Then, click on the image icon. I will click the Choose Image option to upload the image. I will drag and drop the edit image below the title text. Now, let's adjust the setting to place the text on the right. First, click on the text, then go to the Layer tab on the left. You will see that both text elements are contained within the text layout. To arrange them in a row, click on the text layout. Then, on the right side, click on Direction option and choose this icon. To position the image and text together, select both elements, right-click, and choose Add Stack to add them into a layout. Set the direction of the new layout to horizontal. Now that they are arranged the way we want, let's adjust the spacing by setting the gap to 50. Lastly, to change the shape of the image, click on the image and drag the corner to make it a circle. That completes the edits for the About section. Let's also check how it looks on other devices. The tablet view looks fine, but there seems to be an issue with the mobile view. It appears to be just a layout problem, so let's click on the layout and change the direction to vertical. That solved the issue instantly. As a quick note about a device-specific editing, any changes you make on the desktop will automatically apply to tablet and phone. However, changes made on tablet or phone only affect this specific view and won't impact the others. Keep this in mind to ensure everything looks great across all devices. Now, let's move on to editing the section with the service below. One quick way to edit is by copying and pasting the elements. Let's duplicate the Who We Are text and use it for the service section title. Right-click on the text and choose Duplicate. To move it, click on the Contents area within the service section. In the Layers tab, you will see that each piece of content is wrapped inside a wrapper layout. Drag the duplicated text into this section. Then, use a line to center the text and change it to Our Service. Next, to introduce a total of 3 services, let's duplicate an entire content section. First, click on the service contents area, right-click, and select Duplicate. Then, drag the duplicated content down and place it below. Now, let's enter example title and short description for each service. Before changing the background color, let's update the text color in the service section to make it more visible. Hold down Shift and click to select all the text. Then, use the color option on the right to change everything to white. Once that's done, click on the background of the service section. To change the background color, click on Fill on the right and apply the secondary color option. Next, let's change the image. Keep in mind that effects are already applied to the current image, so by simply replacing the image, the effects will remain. To change the image, click on it, then go to the Fill option on the right. Use the Choose Image option to replace it and update all the image. As you can see, just by changing the color and image, the overall look has transformed. Now, let's just scroll down and make some final edit to the contact section. First, click on the background and use the fill option to change the color to white. Since we don't need a button here, select it and press the delete key. To add a contact form, click on the insert menu at the top. Find and select the element with the contact form on the section, and it will be added to the bottom of the page. To move this section above the footer, drag the entire section up. We only need a contact form from this section, so first, click on the form part. Then open the Layer tab on the left. In the Layer tab, find the column layout that contains the whole form and drag it into the Call to Action section at the top. Once the form is positioned correctly, delete the remaining contact section by pressing the delete key. To quickly explain how to use the contact form, you can double-click the text to edit it or use the content section on the right. To edit the placeholder in the input field, click on the field and modify them under the placeholder option on the right. If you want to make a field required, simply set required to yes. To set up where the form submissions are sent, click on the form in the Layer tab. Then under the form option on the right, click the plus icon next to the Send to. Here, you can choose email to set the recipient email address. To set a redirect link after form submission, use the Edit button under the Redirect section. That's basic overview of how to set up a contact form. Now, let's quickly make some simple edit to the footer. Since we won't be using the link here, you can select them and press the delete key to remove them. The current padding at the top and bottom feels a bit large, so click on the section and on the right, set the padding to 25. To change the background color, click on the fill option and select the light gray. Once you've selected the color, close the color panel. Lastly, if you want to add a social media link, just click on the icon. Then on the right, click link and enter your social media URL where you want it to lead. Let's finish the editing for this page. Now, let's quickly apply the animation effect we reviewed earlier. First, go back to the hero section and start by adding an icon in an empty space. To add an icon, click the Insert button at the top. In the icon menu, you can explore the various icon options available. I will choose a material icon provided by Google. After adding the icon, click on it. To change it to the icon you want, click the name option and select the desired icon from the list. Alternatively, you can click the link to the material site. Now that we are on Google's icon page, you can search for the icon. I will search for the grass as an example. You will see the icon named the grass appear. Let's search for CGS next. You will see the CGS icon with the name Contents Cut. Now, let's head back to the editor to apply these icons. To change the icon to grass, click on the icon, then on the right, click the Search tab, and enter grass in the name field. You will see the icon change immediately. Now, to add a scissor icon, duplicate the icon. Change the name to Contents Cut. Select both icons and change their color to secondary using the color option on the right. Close the color panel and drag both icons into the hero section. To position them, set the position option to absolute. Now, you can move them to your desired location. Before arranging them, let's make sure the icons are invisible on the tablet and mobile view by setting visible to no. Place the icons where you want them on the desktop view. To flip the seizure icon, click on it, and in the option on the right, set mirror to yes. Now that icons are in a place, let's apply the animation effect. Click on the grass icon, and then click the effect. Since we want the animation to repeat, select the loop. The loop animation restarts from the beginning, while mirrors make it reverse direction at the end of the animation. We will choose the mirror. If you don't want the icon to rotate, set rotate to 0. To move the icon to the right, increase the x-axis value in offset. I will set it to 700. This will remove the icon, and you can see how far it will go. Next, click on Transition to define how the animation change. There are two main types, ease and spring. Ease create a smooth transition, while spring add a bouncy effect. I will choose the ease out, which starts fast and ends slowly. Set the time to 2 seconds. The best way to learn animation is by experimenting with the different settings and observing the result. You can also use the preview to see how the animation will learn. Once everything is set, close the panel. Now, let's apply that animation to the seizure icon. Click on it, then on the right, click the Effect plus icon and select the loop as before. Choose mirror, but keep the rotate set to 360. Since the seizure should move in the opposite direction, set the x-axis to -700. Click on Transition. This time, choose Ease In, which starts slowly, and speed up. Set the speed to 2 seconds. Once you are finished, click the preview icon at the top right to see the result. The animation effect has been successfully applied. Now, let's add a similar effect to the text and button. Go back to the editor by clicking the back button. First, click on the text, then on the right, click Effect, and choose Appear to trigger the animation when the element first appears on the screen. From the preset option, choose Slide in Bottom to make the text slide in from the bottom. For more detailed setting, click on Enter. Click on Transition. This time, let's apply the spring effect. You can set this based on the time of physics. We will choose physics and set the shiftness to 500, damping to 15, and mass to 2. To see the effect, click the preview icon at the top. You can now see the spring effect applied to the text. Next, let's add an effect to the button. Go back to the editor. Click on the button. Click Effect on the right and choose Appear. From the preset option, choose Slide in Bottom. Click Enter Effect and then click Transition. This time, let's keep it simple by selecting the ease and setting the time to 1 second. Once finished, to quickly apply this effect to the other button, right-click on the button and choose Copy, then select the copy effect. Now, right-click on the Contact Us button, select Paste, and choose Paste Effect. To preview the change, click the preview icon at the top right. We've now applied all the animation effect to the hero section. Let's scroll down and add an animation to the image in the service section. Exit the editor to continue. Scroll down to the service section and click on the image. Click on Effect, and this time choose Scroll Animation to trigger the effect as a user scroll. We will leave the trigger and set it to activate when the layer is recognized by selecting this icon in the Start section. Since we don't want the animation to repeat, set Replay to No. From the preset option, select Slide in Right to make the image slide in from the right. You can set the Enter effect to trigger the animation when it starts and Exit for when it ends. If you want the element to stay in its final position after the animation, you don't need to set an exit effect. Click Enter to apply the effect. For example, if you want the image to start at double size and shrink back to its original size, set the scale to 2. However, in this case, we will leave at 1. Next, click the transition. For smooth effect, choose Ease and set the time to 1 second with a delay of 0.5 seconds. Once this is set, let's apply the effect to the other images. To do this quickly, simply copy the effect from the current image. Then, select the other two images, right-click, and paste the effect. For one of the images, let's change the effect to slide in from the left. Click on the image and then click on the effect. In the preset option, choose Slide in Left. Changing the preset will reset the other settings, so click Enter Effect again. Click Transition, choose Ease. Set the time to 1 second and the delay to 0.5 seconds. Once everything is complete, click the preview icon at the top right. Scroll down to see the animation in action. The animation has been successfully applied to all elements. We now completed all the planned animation. Lastly, let's set up the link so they navigate to the correct section when clicked. Return to the editor to continue. To set up the link that navigates to the specific section, you first need to assign a scroll section name to the target section. To do this, start by clicking on the About section. In the right-hand panel, scroll down and click on Scroll section. Let's name it About. Next, click on the Service section and repeat the process, naming it Service. Finally, click on the Contact section and name it Contact. Now, let's go back to the Hero section and set up the button to navigate to their respective section. Click on the button here. In the right-hand panel, click on Link and then click the Info field. Select Home from the option. In the section drop-down, choose the About section we just named. Set New tab to No, so it doesn't open a new window, and select the Smooth for the scroll option. And click on the Contact Us button and set it to navigate to the contact section. Next, to update the header menu link, double-click on the header component, click on the About menu item. In the right panel, click Link, select Home under Link to, and then choose the About section from the section drop-down. Set the scroll option to Smooth. Since the link color has changed, let's adjust it. Click on Style. On the link, click Edit. Change all the link color to black and remove the underline. Close the panel. Repeat the same step to update the other menu links. Once you complete the update, exit to the home editing screen. Now, click on Preview to check all the updated links. Test each menu link and button to ensure everything works as expected. As you can see, everything is functioning perfectly. You successfully used AI to quickly structure the site and customize each part individually to complete the website. If you want to take it further by applying your own custom domain to the site, you can check out our Framer Basic video where we cover the details. I hope this video helped you learn how to use the Framer AI and edit your website efficiently. If you found this useful, please like this video and subscribe to this channel.